America's reputation for feeding the world may be faltering. For the second year in a row, we're buying more food from foreign countries than we're selling. Lisa Fletcher reports on how complex trade policies and politics are impacting U.S. farmers.
Caleb Ragland comes from a long line of Kentucky farmers growing staple crops like corn and wheat since back when Thomas Jefferson was in the White House. Today, he's planting what has historically been another hot staple, soybeans. But lately, that market has cooled, and that concerns Ragland, who is raising the crop on his 4,000-acre farm in Magnolia, about an hour south of Louisville.
The American farmer is the best producer of any in the world. Give us the markets, and we'll take care of producing what's needed. And we have a long track record of that.
How important are soybeans to American agriculture?
They're actually our largest ag export. It's a huge deal to the ag economy across the country.
Ragland says he noticed his biggest customer, China, buying less starting in 2018. Soon after, then President Trump imposed about $50 billion in tariffs, or an import tax, on Chinese products shipped to the U.S.
The word that I want to use is reciprocal. When they charge 25% for a car to go in, and we charge 2% for their car to come into the United States, that's not good.
Trump added tariffs because of China's unfair trade practices like cheap forced labor and direct government support to Chinese companies that give them a huge advantage over American businesses and workers. Trump's tariffs, the majority of which the Biden administration kept, had an effect. Until recently, China was the leading buyer of U.S. agricultural products like soybeans and livestock. But now, China buys more corn and soybeans from Brazil than from the U.S. Ragland is not alone in his concern. A recent poll of farmers showed fewer than half expected to send more of their crops to foreign markets than just 4 years ago. Expanding markets, says Ragland, should be a key political priority. The U.S. has not entered into a trade agreement with a new country since 2012. Do you think that presidential candidates and even Congress have lost sight of what American farmers need when it comes to trade policies?
Well, I would say there is a large disconnect from politics in Washington and the farm. I want to see us finding new markets. There's more people in India than there are in China, and we don't send them any soybeans. Let's find ways to go there.
And that's what the U.S. hasn't been doing enough of, says Bill Reinsch, who served in the Clinton administration handling export affairs. What do American farmers need from the next president?
I think both the current administration and the last one have missed opportunities to push that agenda more forcefully. And it's not easy. Other countries are going to come in and say, well, you know, you want us to buy more of your pork, you're going to have to buy more of our rice. Well, that's not a bad bargain, but the rice farmers in Arkansas may not be very happy about that.
We think of these trade policies as affecting farmers and a very broad national economy. But how much do these policies really affect them at a local level?
Communities are becoming unsustainable because so many people have left. Getting that back really means revitalizing the family farm and enabling that kind of trickle down to occur.
Back in Magnolia, Ragland knows tough choices are ahead. President Trump put these tariffs on China because China is not a good global citizen, and China may be working to undermine us in many very detrimental ways. How do you balance those concerns with the economics of farming and exporting your crops?
Bottom line, I'm an American, I'm a farmer. I want to see our country stay strong. I want to see what's best for our country.
But according to Reinsch, it seems both parties are committed to continuing America First trade policies. So it may be 4 more years before farmers see those foreign markets opening. For Full Measure, I'm Lisa Fletcher.